Even though dozens of wineries in Napa's famed wine region are still cleaning up and tallying damage after last weekend's quake, now their focus is changing.
So this is what we spend all of our year waiting for.
It's harvest time at Honing, a family-owned vineyard, but this year it's starting earlier.
It's a 10-week period where it's all hands on deck.
Winemakers across the state are picking and crushing grapes ahead of usual harvest time because the drought has ripened crops early.
And although we're set up with drip irrigation and we can water, the vines really don't need a lot of water.
Chuck Wagner says stress within limits is good for grapes, but with all things in winemaking requires careful attention.
If the drought is too heavy and a vine has to struggle to the point of where its own life is threatened, then it's gone too far.
So far, that hasn't happened in much of the Napa region, despite the unprecedented drought throughout the state. But in more arid regions like the Central Valley, a lack of water has been catastrophic, leaving grapes dying on the vine.
When it was green and beautiful, now it looks like it's dead.
He says at least 80% of the grapes on this 160 acres are shriveled and soft, unable to go to market.
Sad, there's no words out there.
A crucial resource. The amount of water in any given year not only impacts grapes on the vine, but the number of new vines that can be planted. New plants that determine future crops need more water than established vines.
Because if you can't plant today, you're not going to have any wine grapes in 3 or 4 or 5 years.
Throughout California, vintners say another year of drought could put them over the edge. Their level of concern?
This year is a 7. If we have a drought year next year, I would say it's a 10 out of 10.
But this year, despite the drought, winemakers say overall they expect to toast high yields and good quality. At the same time, they're learning to live with less water through resource management and new technologies, including development of more drought-resistant grapes. Leanne Gregg, NBC News, Napa, California.